Hello and welcome to another The Reset Girl project for March. This time I'm working in a Hobonichi style planner. This is the Edit B6, so it's weekly like the Hobonichi weeks. It's still the Tomoe River paper, but the size is 5x7. I'm using the Tombow Furunosuke Brush Hard and the Kelly Creates small brush pens in Blossom and the Dream Pen from Kelly Creates in Turquoise. Here are the two photos I'm working with, two 2x3 photos and from my glamping trip, and I did a pen test to see where there was some bleed through, and the first like 4 lines did not bleed through, so I'll be using those on this paper. And I really love the Tomoe River paper because it's very smooth and won't fray the nibs on your brush pens. So I'm doing some stamping here with just a scatter confetti stamp, and I always use pigment ink or chalk ink on these kind of thin pages where you don't want any bleed through, because pigment ink and chalk ink sit on top of the paper and do not bleed in like dye inks. So you can see at the top there I have some of the inks that coordinate with this Reset Girl kit, the Hopeful kit for March. And I also have 2 more photos that I printed for the next week. So we're working on week 10, which is March 4th through the 10th. I have some other stamps that I'll be trying to decide if I want to use here. And I'm just figuring out the placement of what I want to adhere near that little camper at the bottom, deciding if I want to use this washi tape from the Creative Devotion line. The colors coordinate, but I feel like it's a little bit too much, so I'm going to try this mustard one. It might be a little bit too much pattern to have the stripes, so I want a little more subtle pattern. And I do like this mustard color, so I will save that for another time. There's also this light pink one, and I like this one as well. That ruler washi tape is from the Reset Girl shop. I love the color. It's perfect. It coordinates with a lot of the kits that she puts out, have this really nice soft pink, like almost a warm blush pink. So I'm going to start adhering everything down, and I'm using this as a journal style, just like the Hobonichi, where people will use it as almost a bullet journal / planner, but it's going to be for my positivity and mental health. So here where you can see where I stamped out my inks to make sure they coordinate with the kit. I like to do that beforehand so that I don't have to do that on camera. And this is, I printed the Hopeful kit on sticker paper, clear matte sticker paper from Avery. That's available at Amazon, and I've printed 4 of the kits. I shrink them down to about 4x5 and put 2 of each kit, so 4 on this whole 8.5x11 so that I won't waste it. This is sticker paper as well. And I really like the colors in this kit, and I'm deciding what kind of accents I want to use. And this cloud says, "Hope is a passion for what's possible." So that's a really good, positive, and encouraging statement. So I would like to add that to this. And like I said, this is going to be my positivity and mental health journal. So I'm going to put anything in here that reminds me of encouraging words or connecting with people, anything that reminds me to have a positive attitude. So I love printing these on sticker paper because they go on to this thin, nice Tomoe River paper so well, and they look almost as if they're printed on. So there's lots of items. You could choose the hot air balloon, the pinwheel, lots of spring, but I want to use this little speech bubble heart. And then I get the idea that I'm going to add some more confetti stamping to the left side just so it coordinates with the right side. So then I get the idea that the little bird could be speaking out the speech bubble. So it'd be like, speak kindness, speak love. And that's kind of a subtle reference to what the photos are about. So I love that, and I sped this up quite a bit, like 4 times, so that you have to watch me try to get the backing off the sticker paper. So I'm using a We Are Memory Keepers quick stick just to place that so that I can see the sticker better and have my fingers out of the way. Now I'm going to cut the heart speech bubble. It kind of looks like a cloud, so it kind of has the same element as that hope quote down at the bottom near the camper. So I try to use repeating elements here to tie the page and create a unity on the page. So the bird is kind of speaking love there. And my two 2x3 photos, there's a nice mark in the center so that you can find the center very easily. It's pre-printed on the B6 notebook. So now I get the idea that I want to cut out some of the butterflies to create some movement on the page. And this will be a great place to do my listing. The Reset Girl has great prompts and lists. So you can list some positive or encouraging and just things to keep you mentally healthy. Like we've all probably seen the positive psychology trend where we focus on 3 gratitudes each day and focus on more positive elements to keep your mental health sound. And I learned that in the psychology class, so I'm just focusing on those kinds of things. And that's what this journal will be for. So now what I've done is I have written with the brush pens because I want to see how long the word is. I don't want to end up running out of room. So I'm going to write crafting and connecting. First I think I'm going to write just craft, connect, create, and chat. And then I change it to crafting, connecting, and chatting. I just want to see how long the word is so that I'm like I said, I can place it on the planner and I won't be surprised at how long the word is. I'm really bad at guesstimating, so I think it's better for me to just write a sample and place it under the notebook so that I will have a better idea of where to place it. I'm noticing that I don't really like when the photos cover up the F, the down stroke of the F and the G, so this is not usually where I do my hand lettering, so usually I'll find the muscle memory is better if I hand letter in the same way, and this is a different desk, so all I'm saying is I usually try to sit in the same position, place my arm in the same position, just so the muscle memory will be quicker to establish. So now I'm going to write I've got crafting, chatting, and now I'm going to write how we connect. I just didn't like the way the word connecting looked. So I like H's and W's better, so I changed it to how we connect. And I'll write that near the camper. I'm just flipping the page to see how much it bled through, and it didn't bleed through. So now I can attach my photos using that center line, and I'm going to add some butterflies from the sticker sheet, from the sheet I created with the digital items. And I love the flexibility of the digital kit because that way you can create stickers out of whichever elements you want. Like you wouldn't necessarily create stickers out of every element in the kit, but it's great to have the flexibility to pick the ones that you think would make great stickers. So I usually size them down and place 4 of them on the page like I said before. And I like to place the icons, not necessarily the words and phrases, because the icons are the photorealistic, and things like these butterflies are easier to cut out. So I'm testing the scrapbook.com metallic gold marker, and that doesn't bleed through either, so I know that I can use that on this Tomoe River paper. And I'm cutting the listing, and so I decided instead of using this as a regular planner, like I said, it's going to be my mental health journal, so I can add all my lists, and I get the idea to use this little heart and stamp it in mustard to create a 3rd color on the so that I have 3 colors on the page. And so the stamped heart works as the bullet point for the list, where the list begins for each day, and then I don't have to put the numbers because the numbers are already on the planner on the weekly side here on the left. So each of these lists comes with a number in the digital kit, and this month they happen to be cute little colored clouds with like a word strip label, and they're really cute, so I'm going to probably use them on the next layout that I create for the month of March. And I will probably try to change up the way that I do the list, so I'm not going to do the list this way on the next page. So I'm loving it. Let me know if you guys have tried this Hobonichi style. This one is a B6, so it's not the same size as the weekly, but it's a similar style to the weekly Hobonichi. And I wondered if you guys have tried this style. I really like how the paper is. I like working on the paper, and I was inspired by Amy Tangerine's bullet journal and Hobonichi videos that she puts out. If you haven't watched her, or you don't subscribe to her, I'd suggest watching her because she's a big inspiration on making fun, positive, colorful pages in your bullet journal and your Hobonichi. And she includes lots of photos, so that is a big inspiration to me as well. So I don't necessarily want to focus on the photos each week, but the photos are a big part of the memory. So I will be starting bullet journaling with photos, and also this Hobonichi style planning with videos. With photos. And this is an American Crafts Precision Pen in .03 that I'm using for my journaling. And I'm using that because it is waterproof, acid-free, and fade-proof. So I want to use a pen that, just in case I smear it with something or it gets wet from like the edge of my tea, that the writing is not all going to smudge. So basically everything I've put on here I want to be waterproof and bleed proof. So I decide that I want to add another bullet with the mustard heart and write on this right side below the photos just to give it some more weight, because it felt like it didn't have as much weight as the left page with all the writing. And the .03 pen is a great size. I like the .01, but I find it hard to read, so the .03 is a good compromise. And as you can see, there's tons of elements. I'm going to cut out this cute little layered cloud and layer that over the list tag there that says where I hope to be in a year. So I'm going to add that to day 10. And I'll also add the little bird and another stamped heart, so it looks like he's speaking love and speaking life. Reminds me of that song. And where'd I go? Okay, see, I stamped the mustard heart, and I'm stamping another one so that I can also journal for day 10 here, list number 10. So I have some still shots that are closer up and better lighting. Thank you so much for watching my Hobonichi style plan with me with the Reset Girl March Hopeful Kit, and I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe. Thanks for spending your time here. I'm very grateful. Bye.